Hey, this is Soccer World. Stay with us. Manchester United is interested in signing Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat. The World Cup star Jurgen Klopp was after. Amrabat, 26, was one of the standout players at last year's tournament in Qatar, helping Morocco become the first African country to reach the semi-finals of a World Cup. He has just 1 year remaining on his contract and could be available for a negation £30 million. £26. Liverpool was heavily linked with Amrabat in December, as Klopp tried to solve his midfield crisis. It's claimed the Reds boss even attended a meeting with the players' representatives to persuade him to move to Merseyside, but a deal did not proceed. Liverpool has since signed Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai to bolster their midfield, giving United a chance to swoop for Amrabat. It's claimed the Red Devils have already agreed personal terms with the midfielder, with only a transfer fee left to sort. Manchester United is interested in signing Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat. The World Cup star Jurgen Klopp was after. Amrabat, 26, was one of the standout players at last year's tournament in Qatar, helping Morocco become the first African country to reach the semi-finals of a World Cup. He has just 1 year remaining on his contract and could be available for a negation £30 million. £26. Rice cuts short holiday to have Arsenal medical. Declan Rice is set to undergo his Arsenal medical ahead of his record-breaking move after cutting short his holiday. The West Ham and England midfielder is due to become the most expensive British footballer in history as he edges towards a £105 transfer to the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal have already agreed a deal with the Hammers after seeing Pep Guardiola's Manchester City pull out of the race. Final details are being sorted out, including the structure of payments. Before Rice will go through the formalities of the move, he will undergo a medical with the Gunners before finally putting pen to paper on what will be a long-term deal. Gerrard returns to management. Steven Gerrard has returned to management in Saudi Arabia after playing hardball with his new employers. The former Rangers and Aston Villa boss has been announced as the new head coach of Al Ettifaq, a matter of weeks after suggesting their contract offer wasn't up to scratch. Gerrard, sacked by Villa last year, was invited to the Middle East last month and held talks with club officials, but on his return to England insisted, "As we stand right now, I won't be taking that offer up." But after holding further talks with officials of the side who finished 7th in the Saudi Pro League last term, Gerrard has now agreed to take on the role. Tottenham to sign defender. Tottenham is set to sign Wolfsburg defender Mickey van de Ven in a £30 million deal, reports John Cross. The Dutch defender has agreed to join Spurs this summer, and now the two clubs are left to finalise the final details, but it is understood that the 6'4" Dutch under-21 international is ready to make the switch. That is a major move for Tottenham's new boss Ange Postecoglou, who is desperate to bolster his defence. Tottenham has already completed a £40 deal for James Maddison, and this is another key area for the squad. Van de Ven moved to Germany to further his career, and rather like Virgil van Dijk at Celtic, has now established himself as a top-class defender, having taken himself out of his comfort zone. The summer transfer window has finally been kick-started into action. Liverpool has signed Dominic Szoboszlai from RB Leipzig for a £60 million, with the Hungary international joining Alexis Mac Allister on Merseyside. Manchester United is closing on a similar deal for Mason Mount after finally reaching an agreement with Chelsea, who are embarking on an extraordinary fire sale. Arsenal is continuing to push through their move for number 1 target Declan Rice, with only the finer details of their £105 move to be ironed out. There's plenty more time for Premier League teams to get deals done, with United, Chelsea, and Newcastle all expected to have a busy summer. PSG still interested in Kane. PSG have not given up hope of signing Harry Kane this summer. Bayern Munich is currently leading the race to sign the Tottenham striker, with it claimed that they are preparing an £80 bid after agreeing personal terms. However, Le Parisien reported that PSG is willing to offer Kane a higher salary than Bayern and outbid the German side, in an attempt to bring the 29-year-old to France. Manchester United are about to end their second consecutive June without signing a player. While last year was about Erik ten Hag getting his feet under the desk, This summer is complicated by the takeover process, of which there is little clarity about how it will conclude. The United boss is after a striker, midfielder and new goalkeeper, with David De Gea set to become a free agent on Saturday after 12 years of service. The Spaniard is said to still be in talks with United over a reduced-term contract, having had an initial agreed offer withdrawn, but it looks increasingly likely that the 31-year-old will leave Old Trafford amid rumours that United has spoken to the agents of Inter goalkeeper Andre Onana. The 27-year-old worked under Ten Hag at Ajax before his switch to Italy last summer and is considered more accomplished with the ball at his feet than De Gea. Key transfer news: Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham are amongst the biggest movers and shakers in the transfer window already. The Gunners were initially told they must still improve their huge £105 bid for Declan Rice, but Manchester City have now ended their interest in the West Ham captain and Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal. Mikel Arteta will also soon welcome Kai Havertz into his squad and is increasingly confident of adding Jurriën Timber from Ajax too. Over at Chelsea, Moises Caicedo appears to be the main target and personal terms have reportedly been agreed with the Brighton midfielder. Their coffers could also be boosted with another big sale, with Manchester United understood to at last be closing in on a move for Mason Mount.